So, this is not going to be like, I'm just going to, I'm just relaxing and going through these. Jesus Christ. Why? Oh, yeah. Anyway, yeah, I'm just going to relax and go through these files, drinking coffee, all that good stuff. And just, I mean, I didn't just wake up. I've been up for about, I don't know, 2.5 hours, 6 a.m. And weird, I was looking all day for the second batch of UFO files, like the second I went to work yesterday, and I couldn't find anything. And I woke up at like 3 a.m. Maybe 4 a.m. Like no, I think it was 4:30 because I remember I slept in, and I saw that they dropped another batch, and I was like, what? Jumped up out of my seat. I don't think people understand. I have been reading book after book of people like John Mack, of the people that they interviewed during the whole time, the Zimbabwe aerial school children. He was interviewing people with no mental health issues. Like none, like some of these people were professionals. I can't remember who that woman was. There was a woman that was a professional in, I can't remember where it was. She had an important role in her job. I just can't remember where it was. But she didn't even want her name to get mentioned because, back in those days, certainly talking about UFO encounters was very taboo. Like, you did not want your name attached to anything. And she agreed to be interviewed as long as her name wasn't, put out there. And a lot of the stuff that I heard, I hope, is not true. Not a lot, some of it. But a lot of it, what's the word I'm looking for? A lot of it, like there's bits and pieces of what they were saying that went along with what other people were saying for years. So it was kind of weird to hear it. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that right now, but I'm about finished with the book. It's Passport to the Cosmos by John Mack. If you don't know who he is, he's a Harvard psychologist who was investigating alien encounters and all that stuff. And he faced being kicked out. Well, he was kicked off Harvard until Rockefeller came around and said, if you kick him out of Harvard, I will stop funding Harvard, giving money to Harvard. And they changed their tune real quick. Anyway, he went through a lot. So this is the first one that we have released on 5/22. Incident date 1963. Interesting. I'm trying to zoom out. I just got Opera back, so I've been using low Earth orbit. So I'm starting to notice a lot of these videos were right around the time, or audio was right around the time we started going up into space. And we started seeing a lot of weird stuff going on. And you can't say it was anything else. There's nothing out there. There's nothing up there. There's no satellites. There's literally nothing out there. So anyone that's like, oh, it was satellites or something. No. There's nothing out there. because, obviously we had just started getting just barely into space, and they start seeing strobes and,
And I'm beginning to get the brilliant blue of sun rising in the east. Bright blue band underneath all this haze layer. I can see the haze layer and the bright band of light demarcation coming underneath it. It's quite distinctive. There's a faint hint to it. Is where there are clouds, apparently.
yeah, one of the things a lot of people say they see is different colored orbs, lights, for some weird.
Roger, Hawaii, phase 7, reading you loud and clear.
If it's nothing, then why is it classified? Why has it been classified for?
Roger, Hawaii, phase 7, reading you loud and clear. Roger, understand. Roger, I'm just small end forward, 180 degree yaw, approaching sunrise, over. Roger.
I'm guessing they're facing the sunrise.
These small luminescent particles drift away from you, small end forward. In this light, they appear brilliant white without it all in them. They appear to move on out, curve around.
That right there is not ice, because my first thought was, oh, it's probably just ice. You're just seeing particles of ice or something, But when it starts going back and forwards, if you're heading one way and something's going back and forward, that is not ice.
Back towards the flight path. And here, I don't think. Roger, you haven't seen the beacon at this time. Negative, I still haven't
You haven't seen the beacon, right? Change the subject.
seen the beacon. Sure. There was considerable noise, though, as if something were departing. Again, 7? There was
It almost seems like he wants to keep talking about it, and they keep shutting him down.
considerable noise of the little doors. Sounded like the little doors blowing open, so I assume.
What the fuck? Doors? What?
The beacon has departed. Roger, understand.
Okay.
TM looks real good on the ground. All right.
Did he just say it seems like doors opening or something? Roger. What the fuck?
TM looks real good on the ground. Roger.
By the way, I'm sorry if I puff on this. This is like my I like to call it like a pipe almost. I'll not inhale it. I'll just keep puffing on it. I don't know why. Lots of silence.
Okay, you confirm TV control switch to off. Roger, TV control is off. We had a slight decrease in the two links on DC current. Would you give us a readout?
Apparently all this is fake, guys.
Roger, main bus is 24.
And it's been fake for, 50 years or whatever. They just faked all this and left it classified. Just so you know, for the moon hoax people. You're fucking weird.
Isolated 28 and a half.
Roger.
It's like a bunch of children getting a hold of some technology. Everything's fake.
Hey, good. Gordo, this is Wally. Did you have anything to eat?
Negative, not yet.
Why? Who knows?
Planning to shortly here, though.
Still haven't gotten an answer about that, by the
For
way.
your information, system's last computations on fuel at Hawaii gave you...
To get a hold of your lives, even though they could have done it during COVID. As in, like, they could have kept their boot on our neck, but they didn't. I guess they released it just to do it all over again or something. I don't know. I'm sorry. Moon hoaxers just piss me off because they're so dumb.
Right, for your information, system's last computations on fuel at Hawaii gave you 8-8 auto, 9-8 manual, which is somewhat better than you're indicating on board.
2.
Mile 2.
Roger, the whole strait is clear. I can see I'm just about off. There's been a beautiful view coming over Florida.
I can imagine seeing that in real life. Seeing that sunset over and over and over again. Sunset. Oh. Lucky. I'm sure it's amazing. It's like anytime someone goes into space and sees that, it's like their whole life changes. I get it. Imagine seeing that small little dot and knowing that everybody on planet Earth, everything that has ever happened is on that small little ball. Just crazy. Changes you, I guess.
Looking for the flashing beacons. 50518 now. 28, I'm sorry, not 18. It's light in sight. It is below me. It's quite a brownish, it's reddish brown, and considerable altitude above the ground. Each time I fire a pitch down thruster, I get a shower of these little fireflies. It is flashing now. It is the light. It's quite bright, quite discernible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right. Appears to be about 10 to 12 miles away.
So that's definitely not nice. One thing that I hear in John Mack's books from people is flashes of light. Like everybody that he's ever interviewed has talked about flashes of light for some reason. And not only them, but the aerial school children talked about seeing flashes of lights. Before anything ever happened, they saw a ton of flashes of lights for some reason. A bunch of other people that have seen UFOs have also talked about flashes of light when they get close to it.
I'm keeping it directly in the window. At the order of a second magnitude star now.
Weird thing is, too, it's hard. The whole reptilian thing. It's hard to put your head around that one. That's a weird one. But one of the things John Mack's patients talked about was depending on your feelings, or like if you're scared, if you're angry, or whatever. There's I'm just relaying the information that I read. Okay, I'm not saying I believe this, I'm not saying I disbelieve it, but they said that there was different kinds of beings. And one type of being, they're like translucent, and depending on how you're feeling is how they appear. One woman said that she was seeing this reptilian type that was scaring her. And I can't remember what she did, but she calmed down and started thinking about something, and it immediately changed to like a gray type alien, the big eyes, gray skin, immediately before her eyes. So, depending on how you're feeling towards the thing, it shows whatever, and they can turn into like human beings, I guess. And then there was a strange one where she was talking about how these grays, or like, I don't know which ones it were. It creeped me out. They will scare people. Like they'll go into their room and they'll stand at their bed, and one will crouch down and get right in your face while you're sleeping and wake you up and scare you enough and try and convince you to give your soul to the being because they can't take it from you. But if you hand it over to them, then you cease to exist. But they can become like a human type person because they don't have feelings or anything. It's so fucking strange. That's the thing that I was telling people. Is like, I actually hope it's not real. Some of the stuff I read, but to come up with stuff like that, like you have to be some of the best um, fiction novelists ever to hear some of the stuff that I heard. It is strange stuff. We're talking. They're not from another planet. They're from the fourth, fifth dimension, I guess. And there are some that are. I mean, most of them are peaceful, and I'm telling you, you need to read that book or listen to it. It's strange. Strange. Some of the stuff that people were saying.
There's some pretty stars in sight. And also
1962.
have the little white objects that seem to come from the capsule itself and drift off. And if they are a yaw check, it's fantastic. I suspect that the star I see is Arcturus. Would be very interesting. It is neither. It is one of the white objects. So I have two stars that are staying quite still. The white object actually looked like it came toward me, but it wasn't. You can actually see the particle there going off, as John described it, as a lathe shaving. It's a very good description of it.
Lathe shaving? What? What is. Oh, okay. I used to work on lathes. I don't know why. I got confused there. I'll show you. That's weird. That's a weird looking, like this. Yeah, round. Yeah, exactly. Like a metal part shaving off aluminum alloy or something. I used to work on it was a Mag 3. These, yep. Used to work on these. These are huge. It's nothing, it's not small. It takes up an entire building. Just in case you know. The pallets, oh yeah, good times. Used to get paid pretty good money. Actually, ICE um and surrounded our building and took 30% of our workforce that day. That was back in 2012, 13. I don't know why I'm showing you. Yeah, see, that's how big it is. It's huge. I used to be in charge of one of these without the pallets. Anyway, I don't know why I'm telling you this. Okay.
My rates are now just about zero in all three axes.
You're going to tell me that's ice, or something in the sky that looks like a lathe shaving? No.
I still have light in the periscope, of course. I'm looking straight up, and yet at this point, this would mean that my altitude is, I get in the couch here, I really can't pick it too well. Yeah, I'm just about inverted at this point. And that my nose is above the horizon. As a result, I notice that these particles keep tending aft on me, relative to me, at any time.
Yeah. How do you explain that? I know we just need, or astronauts, like they understand there are things in space, like ice particles, and he knows that, and he's saying like that these things are following me and coming towards me.
Periscope is blacking out rather rapidly at sunset. It's almost blacked out completely at this point and is really not usable. A window, and I really don't, getting a real burst of light in the window, and I really don't know what it is. At this point, I should be coming up on a sunset. 5 hours and 15 minutes.
So it's completely black outside, right? And he's getting bursts of light at his window, and he has no idea what it is because he just said he still has time until he comes up to the sunset. How do you not?
Periscope is dark. I must be just getting a last look at the horizon.
Yeah,
Get on
it's pitch black outside, and he's seeing bursts of light. How do you explain that? How does anyone explain that?
not down on it.
How the fuck do you explain that? How? He literally says in the same sentence, still have 15 minutes or whatever, 5 minutes and 15 minutes, whatever it was, um, until we come up to the sunrise. and it's pitch black. He even says it in his Periscope, along with bagging that with, we still have time until we come up to the sunset. And I'm seeing flashes of light. Good luck explaining that. I guarantee you any debunkers are going to ignore that completely. They'll take the ones that you can explain and say, "See, this is all explainable." Right. Notice they don't explain stuff like that. Notice how they never explain the aerial school children. They never bring that up, don't they? There's a reason, because they can't explain it.
I have some more of the white particles in view below the capsule. They appear to be traveling exactly my speed. There is one drifting off.
Wondering if that is actually ice particles.
It's going faster than I am, as a matter of fact.
Okay, never mind.
Roger, understand. I haven't seen the great numbers of these particles, but I've seen a few of them. Their motion is random. They
Yeah,
look exactly
that's not ice
like
particles.
snowflakes to me.
Snowflakes?
Roger, have you tried return? Negative. Let me get within
Dude.
scanner limits first.
NASA does not give a fuck about anything they can't explain.
I adjust my attitude to within scanner limits first. Roger.
Is it me, or is NASA completely ignoring what he's saying? Completely. Is it someone standing there telling them to just keep going forward? Maybe it's just me. I don't know. But it seems like they keep ignoring him. Actually, isn't Scott Carpenter the one that came out and talked about this? And he was labeled that he was crazy. He's getting up there in age, so he's losing it.
There were some more of those little particles. They definitely look like snowflakes this time. Roger, I understand your particles look like definite snowflakes. However, Roger.
Strange. Okay, this one is Mercury Redstone, July 21st, 1961. During the recovery of the fourth launch and second crewed spaceflight, trajectory Mercury Redstone 4, Liberty Bell 7, the recovery team discusses a dye pack in the water that did not activate. Okay. Okay. I don't understand that one. Okay. Anyway, moving on. Oh shit. I'm going last to first. Apparently. Okay. I just want to get through the NASA ones first.
And now at 1
Okay, this one's approximately 1 hour and 41 minutes into the final longest flight of trajectory Mercury Atlas 9 mission, Faith 7 pilot Gordon Cooper Jr. notes that he sees John's fireflies, referring to John Glenn's term from the Mercury Atlas 6 mission. Now, NASA later determined that the fireflies are attributed to frozen condensation separating from the spacecraft body. The white green hued appearance of this phenomenon from sunlight reflecting off frozen condensation. Okay, let's hear what he has to say while he's looking at it.
Hour at this time. I now have 1 hour and 21 minutes, and I am observing John's fireflies drifting away from me.
Okay, it does sound like
I can observe them
ice.
appear to be departing from the spacecraft and
Okay.
drifting out to the rear.
Yeah,
I can see some
sounds
of
about
them
right.
a considerable distance out to the rear.
Yeah, it does sound like it was ice. Maybe it's not the same thing
Sun
John was seeing.
is coming up behind me. I'm beginning to get the glow on the clouds.
You're probably going to see reflections of the snowflakes, right? Or fireflies. Like, this is going to be one that
Fireflies appear to
debunkers
be
use.
white, very whitish, with almost a green like real fireflies.
Yeah, this is explainable. I mean, I understand that.
Getting quite light in color, are getting quite light. And I am now on the day side. The sun is not yet quite up, and I am observing stars. The earth is light below me. The sun is still behind me. The sky looks dark above me, and I can see stars very distinctly.
Could be those frozen particles, like they were saying. I understand that one. I get it. Particles and fragments, jagged, angular, and drifting near the Apollo spacecraft and separated Saturn stage. Paint chips or ice chips are likely the source of these lights. Twinkle and move away from the. Yeah, but they wouldn't go back and forth. That's the thing. I'm gonna move on. Let's see. Department of War CENTCOM observes UAP on 25th of September 2019. On March 6, 2026, 8 members of the U.S. House of Representatives requested access to 51 potentially UAP related, oh my God, records allegedly held by the Department of War and Intelligence Community. The All Domain Anomaly Resolution Officer, ARROW, identified a collection of responsive materials held on classified network. Many of these materials lack a substantiated chain of custody. Arrow assisted that this video was uploaded to find title High Res Call Sign Observe UAPs on 23rd of September 2019 at 171.5Z is likely derived from an infrared sensor aboard a U.S. military platform operating within the United States Air Command responsible. What? Arrow said this was an infrared sensor? Wait, is likely derived from an infrared sensor aboard the U.S. military platform operating within. Okay, I see. What did he say it was? I'm sure Arrow had a great explanation for this one. Dude, it's black, bro. It is black and it's flying. What the hell? Is it a couple of them? Okay. Okay, so now they're looking down at the sea or ocean, whatever it is. Whoops. Okay, so they're looking down. They get focus on. So this isn't like some people were saying. Yeah, they're looking straight at the ground. This thing is black. Do people not understand how significant that is? There's absolutely zero thrusters, heartbeat, nothing. Absolutely nothing. Look how black it is. That means it's cold. It's like if that's an infrared sensor, that is showing whatever that is has absolutely no propulsion system. None. Zero. Zilch. If it was a bird, I know people want to say it's a bird, bro. Um, if you've ever seen birds on an infrared sensor, it shows little tiny white dots because their heartbeat. It's very, very distinctive. I've seen it. Arrow actually released it. And you can see it, they start to act like birds. They start waving, going into V's. This is none of that. Look at that. What is that? Dude, that thing is cruising. There is absolute look at the waves. Zero. What the fuck? Look how close that just got to the water. Look at no trail. Zero. Zero trails in the water. That is insane. That's crazy. Is that another one? What is that? You have one going this way, the other comes by. Zero propulsion systems on it, nothing, no heartbeats, no trail on the water, and it's cruising across the water, both of them. And they just went in front of each other like it was nothing. That is insane. Another one? A big, it's the black dot cigar? No. Can't tell what shape that is. It just looks like a black ball. And by the way, here's the thing that gets me the most. The person that's operating this is looking at things all day, all night. And the fact that the people that operate this thing sent this in as a UAP. UAP says a lot, meaning I don't know what the hell this thing is. And by the way, if you didn't know, in the military, I was a tanker, for Christ's sakes. I wasn't like some high intelligence or looking into things like this. Um, in the military, they have you test on like they'll show shadows of helicopters, tanks, drones, everything. No color, nothing. It's literally a black shadow of like a helicopter or whatever. And you have to say what it is to pass. Like you have to be able to look and say Chinook and just say like just a black shadow. Because if you're out there at night and something happens and you can't see anything and you're looking for, I don't know, the enemy, and you see a black craft, you have to be able to look at it and know what you're looking at to signal them or hide, right? That's why they do that. So, like, people saying this could be anything. It's like, no, the people that are looking at this know what anything looks like, black shadows and all. They know exactly what everything looks like. Um, and they're telling you they don't know what this is. So anytime I hear someone say, "Oh, how can you tell what it is?" It's like you just don't know. You haven't been in the military, I guess. I don't know. We tested on it. I don't know about everybody else, but we certainly did. And I remember that because I had such a hard time and I thought it was ridiculous. You know, I'm a tanker. I'm not going to fucking do anything crazy. UFOs in formation over Persian Gulf. Let me, right there. Okay. Oh, that's blurry. And so people are like, "Well, it's blurry footage, guys." Well, yeah, it's military equipment. It's all it's doing is it's looking for something to target and so they can blow it up. It's not for fucking TikTok, okay? It's not there to take 5K image or video or 8K video so they can upload it to TikTok. Why don't you have high-res cams? Because they're just looking for something to target, and that's where, the shadow, like I said, comes in. You're able to look at it and know exactly what it is. Like someone who's operating this could tell you exactly what this is. Or like if it was a helicopter. What the fuck? Looks like a number of them. I don't know how you would explain what the fuck this is. It's cruising across the water. Did you see how fast it went by? It looks like it's just cruising, actually. It's going fast, but it doesn't. It's almost like it's there on purpose. Like it does these things on purpose. It doesn't care if we can see it or not. Actually, if you ask me, it looks like a ball and the light reflecting off it right there. What the fuck is that? There is a couple of them. Because one's starting to drift off. Look at how it's moving. It's like going like this. I don't know how to explain it. It moves really weird. See it? Look how it's moving. What the fuck? Person's trying to get ahead of it. It won't lock on. That's weird. The fact that it won't lock on. It keeps separating. Why? That one keeps separating from it. Oh, there's 3 of them. Bro, what in the fuck am I looking at? And by the way, this stuff is classified because they've already looked to see like what they've already explained everything else, right? Like this stuff that's classified, um, we've already explained everything else. Stuff that's not classified or is classified that's not under UAP or most of it is they know what it is. All this stuff that you're seeing, they don't know what it is. It won't lock on. They keep trying to lock onto it and it won't lock on. That's crazy. What? There's 3 of they seem to be like they can only go so far away from each other. You realize that? Look at that. See how they're like being pushed? It's almost like a magnet. Like it's constantly going, but like the further it gets out, it seems to be wobbling, going crazy. See how they're wobbling? And then they just go. Shoo. That is very strange. How long have they been going for? You're seeing wave after wave after wave, so it's going pretty fast. And there's no trails, nothing. You see that kind of like a small hue coming off them. It's like a small glow. Hmm. I think everyone lost interest because I didn't see anybody talking about these except for News Nation. Everybody else just didn't care, I guess. I don't know. This goes on forever. Now they turned into a triangle. Now they're slowing down. Look how slow they're going now. Absolutely no propulsion system, no trail. It won't lock on, which is probably the weirdest part for me anyway. It's almost like it won't let it lock on. See, he's trying to lock on. It just won't. It keeps trying. I'm guessing someone's watching this with him, and he's like, see, it won't lock on. There's 3 of them. Look at the hue coming off them. You can see it really. What the fuck is that? What is that? See, I told you, every time it goes away from each other, it's like they have to stay in a certain area. And this is it right here. You get a perfect example of what that looks like. What the fuck? Why are they so small? Look at that. That's wild. Let's see if it goes. No, it starts cruising again. And if you noticed, it went all over the place. Now you're seeing the waves this way. That is crazy. Whoa, did they just go in the ocean? They're gone. They're gone. That's one of the craziest videos I've ever seen. That was the Persian Gulf. So they were using infrared. That is crazy. Just download it. There you go. Little bitch. All right. Next. Observes UAP. This was in 2019. Starting to notice a lot of them were during wartime. On March 6, 2026, 8 members of the U.S. House of Representatives request, blah, blah, blah. Arrow, it says that this video, who's uploaded a fine title, High Res Observations of UAP on the 25th of September, 2019, is likely derived from an infrared sensor. Okay, another infrared. Okay. Uploaded this video to the classified network October 2019. Okay. Got it? No. The fuck? Oh, that's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's the three dots. There it is. What the fuck? You can't lock on either. Actually, that's 4. Oh, there's a line of them. Tell me you can explain that. What the fuck? Whoa, what the? What was that? Is this from a drone? This looks really high up. Okay. It changes to black is cold and white is hot, I'm guessing. What? All right, dude. I gotta throw on some fucking music or something. I'm guessing you don't like hearing me breathe, so 200,000. I don't know. Spell that. I'd like to know how to put this on. Whoops. There we go. See if I can get. Oh my god. GTX, you're driving me crazy. Because now everything's attached. I might not like this anymore. Okay. No split screens. Holy shit. YouTube music. Sorry. Let me there we go. Well, batch. Well, batch. There we go. Now, how do I turn that bitch down? Oh, YouTube music. Why do you suck so bad? Oh, there it is. Okay, now how do I put it on loop? Actually, maybe it'll play. Oh. Because I could play that again. It just wants that. Good stuff. No, it's good. Um, this part right. Yeah, I want to see how we got there. Whoa, what the fuck? Okay, so we're seeing the lights. the fuck? What is that? Oh, maybe it's a ship? So we got them in a triangle, and one's just sitting there. You can see the shadows of it. So I'm guessing this is the water. Where did the other one? Oh, okay. It's barely noticeable. Oh, they're everywhere. Okay. And then one of them. Oh, what the? Oh, okay. That was just the. Okay. That was the sensor. Gotcha. And then gone. Just trying to find them, I guess. There's one right there, but I think it's gone. No. No, it's not. Okay. I can barely see him. I can see him, but you can barely see. It's almost like it's invisible or something. I don't know. Weird. Very strange. I don't know what those things are, but certainly not seagulls. Okay. This is going to take a long time. I'm completely fine with. So this is derived from infrared sensor aboard a U.S. military platform operating within the United States. Okay. So this is high, high up, obviously. And now we see those black dots again. And they see them, so they're like, okay, what the hell was that? Bro, zero heat. Absolutely no heat coming off those. That's not birds. I can tell you that. That's not a balloon either. That's not three balloons sitting next to each other, floating left and right. And no, you know, see, yeah, that's not a balloon. How the fuck do you explain that? How do you explain that right there? You tell me what that is with zero heat coming off it. I would love to hear someone's explanation of these things. How the fuck is nobody talking about these videos? Is beyond me. You know what I'd like to? Oh, that was it. Okay. You know what I would like to see is Newsmax or whatever they're called. What they're saying. Yep, more is out there. Startling reports in latest batch of UFO files. Yep. So everyone's gonna start talking about them. And you could have watched them with me, but you didn't, bitch. Uh okay, I have a hard time with that guy. I sometimes can take him seriously, sometimes I just can't. Um I gotta piss. Black coffee. Hmm. Hmm. Fucking Twitch. What a piece of shit. I fucking hate Twitch. I get absolutely 0 views on Twitch. I used to be an affiliate, and now all of a sudden I'm getting nothing. I swear to God, as soon as I started talking about politics for a short time, ever since then, done. Same thing with Facebook. Maybe I'll go on TikTok Live instead. Try and make some money on there. Where are they? Where'd they go? They disappear like everything else? Oh, there it is. Whoa. Okay, it's the same dots. Like 10,000. And then you got 7, so that's 17. 21. So I could probably handle. Oh boy. I don't know if I can handle another platform. Maybe I'll get off Twitch. I wish I could get off Facebook or YouTube, because YouTube's a fucking waste. Actually, maybe I'll do that. I'll be back.